Welcome. Today we are gonna learn about joints. A point where two or more bones meet is called a joint. Without joints we will be one unconnected bone that cannot move. There are many types of joints such as ball and socket joint, hinge joint, pivot joint, condyloid joint. Here is a picture of how joints looks like. Today we are gonna talk about ball and socket joint and hinge joint. And to know the different range of movement that is allowed on a ball and socket joint and hinge joint. Do you know what they are? Let's find out. Ball and socket joint. A joint in which a ball moves within a socket so it allows the bone to rotate its motion in every direction with certain limits. It can be found in the hip of our body, where head of the femur rests in the cup like acetabulum of the pelvis. It can also be found in the shoulder, where the rounder upper part of the humerus rests in the cup like glenoid fossa of the scapula. Range of movement of ball and socket joint. These joints allow flexion, extension, abduction, adduction, circumduction, rotation, flexion and extension. Flexion is when you're bending a joint and extension is when you're straightening the joint back to its position. This happens when doing stretches, happens also when you're walking. Abduction, adduction. Abduction refers to your body part that is moving away from the midline, and adduction is when it's coming towards to the midline again. This happens when you're doing star jump exercise. Circumduction. Circumduction is the orderly combination movement of flexion, abduction, extension and abduction. This makes circular motion just like when a baseball player is winding up for a pitch. Rotation. Rotation refers to your body part rotating towards or away from the center of the body. This happens when you're looking to your side using your head as your body stays still. Hinge joint. A type of synovial joint in the body which the bones are molded to each other to allow motion primarily in one plane. So one bone can stay and the other one can move, just like hinge of a door. It can be found in the elbow where the humerus meets the radius and the ulna, which allows you to bend your arm. It can also be found in the knee where the femur meets the tibia. The patella joins the femur to form a third joint called patellofemoral joint. Joints between the femur, tibia, patella. Range of movement of hinge joint. Hinge joints allow flexion, extension in one plane. Flexion and extension in one plane. It refers to your body part with hinge joint. For example, the elbow joint. Flexion is when it moves upwards and extension is when it is straightened back to its normal position. This happens when you're doing biceps curl. That's it for today's lesson. Goodbye. Hope you have a great day.